All right. Good morning, guys. Yeah, Tony. So Tony and I were just talking. Tony Blodgett and I were just talking. I was on his podcast, Market Shares, last week, and we talked about an episode, or we talked about a coaching call that I was on. The whole episode, the whole podcast was on a test that I was given, 15 questions, and it was just on my business. And I have to take this test twice a year, and I flunked it. You guys, I flunked it, and I was super vulnerable on my 8 out of 15 score, but what I'm doing about it. And I think I told Tony that I took the test almost 2 months ago. And so I've seen a difference in my production. I've seen a difference in my numbers. I've seen a difference in my activities since then. And it's really great, you guys, every once in a while to do an audit of your business, to do an audit of your time, to do an audit of your day, to do an audit of your week, and then have that factor into how did that month go, or how is your month going, and what changes do you need to make? Are you moving in the right direction? Are you doing the right things? So I will share, as I do with all of these calls, I will email out the recording of this. If not this afternoon, I always do it, typically do it first thing Saturday morning when I get up and have my coffee. I'm going to be fishing tomorrow, so I'll make sure that I do it today, so you have it. Today's call is, again, I thought last week's call on communication was incredible. I think we all need to get better at communicating. I think I was joking but serious that I'm a dude, I'm a man. I think men can all do better at communicating, right? And so I spent some time last week talking about how to communicate better, specifically with realtors, specifically with borrowers. And I thought that was a great call. So if you missed that coaching call, I did send out the recording. I would give that a listen. Today is all about realtors. So a year ago at the Force Summit, I try to go through some of the keynote talks where the real estate agent coaches are talking. These coaches are real estate agents that are closing 100. They're selling 100 homes a year or more. Kai Watanabe sold 236 or 230 something homes. He's out of Arizona, and he's got a great team. He has a great business. This is all in the midst. Get this, you guys. This is all in the midst of his youngest boy, 4 years old, getting a horrible cancer, his wife leaving him. I mean, this is talk about navigating through adversity. And he still put up the big numbers. It was a very emotional and impactful keynote. But the keynote that he gave was specific to what real estate agents want from lenders, the 4 big things that all real estate agents want from a lender relationship. And I thought it was one of the best talks that I've ever heard. And I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, the reason why I'm sharing it with you guys, and I didn't share it with you a year ago, is because I just got coached on it.
Are you an asshole?
So what I did was took the keynote, took the top 4 principles, and I applied it to my business. Now, I've told you guys I've coached on a top 40 realtor list. Now, 40 is ideal. I don't care if you have 20. A top 40 real estate agent list you break down into A, B, and C's. We're going to talk about that at the end of today's call. But you got to have a list of agents that you're working with, okay, personally with buyers, agents that you've done business with, maybe listing agent, and then agents that you're chasing. Guys, I can tell you this. If you're not chasing realtors, if you're not chasing new accounts, you're dying. I am proof of that. I've averaged 18 closings a month since 2016. I stopped chasing agents because I got into leadership, and I thought the agents that I had were great. The agents that I had would, no matter what, if I didn't add any more agents, I would close 16 loans a month. 2022 happens. Some of my agents get out of business. Some of my agents stop producing. Some of my agents couldn't adapt to the market. So the agents that I had, that I'd built up over the last 15, 16 years, weren't supporting me. The market changed a little. And so, but I had taken the foot off the gas in 2021 and 2022 chasing agents. And as a result, my business died. Okay. And so end of 2022, 2023, back to chasing agents. I don't know if Jason Hoskins, my team leader, is on this call or not. Last month, we closed 12, I think it was 12 transactions. 8 out of the 12 transactions are from new agent relationships. Guys, I'm one of you. I am literally practicing and doing what I preach. Had I not chased agents, I would have closed 4 loans last month and Tony would have fired me. Okay. I wouldn't be here right now today talking with you guys. Okay. We have to chase agents. We have to chase new accounts, new business, or we're dying. I see Jeremy Baxter on this call, loan officer in my branch. I see, where's Anthony? I thought I saw Anthony on here. I'm getting texts from these dudes going, it's starting to pay off. It's starting to pay off. I'm chasing these accounts. I'm going after agents. DK, it's starting to pay off. I got an app. I got a mutual. I got 2 mutuals. You guys, you got to pound the stone. But you got to chase new accounts. Today, I'm going to give you some tips from a big dog, a multi-million-dollar producer, Kai Watanabe, realtor, on what real estate agents want. Okay? So, number 1, if you're taking notes, number 1, real estate agents want a reciprocal relationship. Okay, so how do we have a reciprocal relationship with agents? Okay, I teach this in my Rise MLO coaching. It's more sales coaching, but I teach this that if you're going to call a real estate agent and you're going to do business with a real estate agent, you need to have systems in place. Number 1, where your process is really good. And then your follow-up, your post-closing follow-up is impeccable. It's unbelievable. And when you call them a week after closing, a month after closing, on their birthday, 6 months after, and 1 year after to do an annual review, you're bringing up the real estate agent's name. You're bringing up the fact that, and I use this dialogue, you can swipe this, you can make it your own. But when I talk to my clients about the transaction, or I do follow-up calls, I will always make sure I bring up their 5-star review that they left me or their compliments that they gave me. And I'll say, one of my commitments to Sarah, your real estate broker, when she referred me, so Sarah introduced me to you. And I am so grateful for that because you guys are amazing clients and your business helps support my family. This is what I do for a living, so I'm super grateful. But one of my commitments that I told Sarah years ago when she sends me clients, I said, I'm going to help you grow your business. You do so good on the transaction. You're so hands-on with your clients. And I know that takes away from time that you could be out prospecting for new business because you care so much about your clients. So Sarah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an equally great job. We're going to provide a wow experience. This wow experience is going to cause or have an impact on our clients to recommend us. Okay. Now, outside of that, I want to make sure that I'm doing what I can to be proactive to help generate more listing business and more buying business for Sarah. And so I'm telling my clients this. And so, hey, Mr. Client, can you do me a huge favor? Sarah just sold 2 listings and I know she's looking for more business, but she's also actively working with clients. Can you help me recommend business over to Sarah? Because she did such a great job on you. She's doing such a great job with her clients. Do you know of anyone right now that's looking to buy or sell real estate that we can refer back to Sarah so we can help Sarah because she did such a great job for you? So if you have that dialogue with your agents, that's a reciprocal based relationship. That's the lender going out and actively helping refer business to them. So number 1, real estate agents want a reciprocal based relationship with a lender. That's how you do that. You got to have a great process. You got to earn a 5-star review. And because of that 5-star experience, you're able to ask your clients to help support your real estate broker's business. Now, guys, why I think this is genius is to the client, it makes us, lender, look like we're partnering with the client to help grow Sarah's business. How many of you guys think that if we help grow Sarah's business, that we're going to get referrals in return? It's an easy way to go and have a conversation with our past clients to get referrals without saying, hey, do you know of anyone who wants to finance a home? Do you know of anyone who wants to come out to a homebuyer class this month? Now, don't get me wrong, I do that. But this way is an indirect approach to getting more referrals. And if we did that with all of our agents, we would get more referrals, okay? So number 1, real estate agents want a reciprocal-based relationship with the lender. Build a system around that. Make sure you ask for it. This is big. Number 2, real estate agents want help with leveraged events. They want help promoting it. They want a partner hosting it. They want maybe some help financing it. I'm doing a really big event on the 1st of August. I know Jeremy's coming down with me with a real estate agent group that I'm involved with. And we're sponsoring it. And I'm writing the check. 100% writing the check. I got no problem with it. It's kind of their sales training. It's their boot camp. And but I went out and got a real estate agent, or excuse me, an insurance agent to come down and kind of help offset the financial load on our end. I think real estate agents need to understand what's going on in the insurance world right now. It's pathetic. I just bought an investment home up in Marysville, and the quote I got was almost $2,000 a year for a tiny little Rambler. It's gross. What's happening in insurance? We all should know about that. So I'm bringing out an insurance agent to talk to real estate agents, and he's going to get exposed to 80 to 100 real estate agents now that could potentially refer him business. And as a result, because that's valuable, I'm going to be connected to that valuable lecture, that valuable conversation. So number 2, real estate agents want help with leverage events. Real estate agents, you have to understand, real estate agents get their business primarily from their sphere of influence, okay? Their past clients. So they host events. They host annual events. They host maybe monthly VIP events. They need help with stuff like that. And if you can be a resource and help promote, maybe be there to help check people in, to help offset the financial burden, that goes a long way. Number 3, which I believe, in my opinion, should be number 1. But Kai spent the most amount of time talking about this. Real estate agents want to be introduced to big connections. Real estate agents want introduced to big connections. So number one, a reciprocal relationship with the lender. Number 2, help with leverage events. Number 3, real estate agents want introduced to big connections. Guys, we already have this. I've coached on it, the All About You form. The All About You form down at the bottom. Would you like information, more information on wealth creation? Number 1, do you have an insurance agent? Number 2, do you have a financial planner? Number 3, do you have an estate attorney? Those are 3 resources that real estate agents can get additional business from. You could go as far as number 4, do you have a CPA? Number 5, do you have a divorce attorney? If they don't, there's 5 referral sources right now that you could literally in your hometown get on the phone, get on Yelp, and find those professional resources to introduce to an agent. And that conversation over the phone is so simple. Hey, let's say John's a financial planner. Hey, John, I just closed a transaction with an incredible real estate agent in town. We debrief after every transaction. I debrief after every transaction with my real estate agent, with my borrowers. I found out that my borrowers don't have a financial planner. They need one. I also found out my real estate agent that I worked with does not have a financial planning referral resource. So John, what I'd like to do, I know you have a great reputation in town. I personally would like to meet with you for 5 or 10 minutes to make sure that I can make a solid introduction, but I'd love to make an introduction to Joe over at Keller Williams and Jason and Cindy, who he helped just buy their first home. And Jason and Cindy, by the way, make about $260,000 annual income. So they do have some money coming in. They just need to know where it goes, and they need someone to build out a financial plan. John, I got time on Thursday at 2, or would Friday at 10 a.m. work better for you for about a 15 to 20-minute coffee meeting? Cool. You have that meeting. If he's a solid resource, then you're going to make the referral. Okay. And then from there, you can teach that real estate agent how to build business accounts, VIP business accounts. What I do is you just call them one time a week. You do a pop-by one time a month, and you deliver a little bit of a little candy bowl or a couple of, a little box of donuts or whatever, and you build that business account. Financial planners do annual reviews with their clients. Real estate comes up, so does mortgage. CPAs do tax returns once a year. Real estate comes up on the tax returns. You guys, you all know this, right? Divorce attorneys, the divorce rate in America is right around 50 to 60%. That's half of Americans are getting divorced. Okay, so divorce attorneys are great relationships. I believe that everyone should have an estate plan. One of the most impactful things that I did in my life back in 2014 is I had a will. I met with an estate attorney. That estate attorney since then sends me about 1 or 2 deals a year because I send him about 5 to 10 intros a year. Okay, so I believe everyone should have an estate plan. We should be having these conversations with our clients. We should also be having these conversations with our realtors. If you truly care about your real estate agents that you're working with, you'll have these conversations with them. Eric works for Windermere. Hey, Eric. Hey, I'm curious. Do you work with a financial planner? You have the money. I know you make good money. Are you making sure that that money's going to work for you and duplicating? My whole idea with my dollar, every dollar I make, I want to double or quadruple. And I do that through investing with financial planner. I do that investing in real estate. Yeah, I've talked to a couple. So you don't have a financial planner? No. I'm a mortgage finance guy, and I can tell you, getting your money to work for you is important. I think you should know a financial planner. I think you should be in a relationship with a financial planner, number one, personally, and number two, professionally. Okay? Would you mind if I introduced you over to John over at Northwestern Mutual? No, that'd be great. John's a great referral source, by the way, Eric. Okay? Same thing with an estate attorney. I believe the most important thing that someone can have, especially if they're in a relationship and if they have kids, is to have an estate plan. Eric, do you have an estate plan for you and your family? I've been wanting to do that, Dan. I don't. Guys, you're going to find conversations like that. You want to be valuable to realtors, show them, introduce them to big connections, especially big connections like estate attorneys and financial planners, shows them that you care about what? Their money and their life, okay? So big connections, that's a big one. You guys, I think we can't all sit around and generate leads for real estate agents. We can't. But if we introduce them to big connections, guys, that indirectly introduces them to new leads. It doesn't matter. Real estate agents don't care if they close a deal directly from you or a deal indirectly from you from a financial planner, because it's going to come back. Okay. And I'm in relationship with that financial planner. I'm in relationship with that agent. And so we know when that happens. I got a call the other day from one of my top agents, and he called me to thank me. He goes, Dan, I just closed a $1.8 million deal. And it came from our estate attorney. That same estate attorney. I couldn't help them because they were cash, but guess what? Zach got the deal. Okay. That was indirect. I don't do the math on 1.8 million. 50,000, I don't know, 50, 60,000 indirectly from me, but from me. Okay. All right, guys, that's number 3, big connections. Number 4. Now, I'd be careful with this one. You don't have to do all of these things. If you're not good at this, then probably stay away from this. I have a team. I started building my team in 2014, so I understand the team dynamic. And I can take my team into real estate offices. Guys, I have very little turnover. Jason's been with me since 2015. Katie's been with me since 2015. Dan Dietrich's been with me since 2016. Okay. Katie Fushi's been with me since 2014. She was my original processor here. Okay. So I'm doing something right with my team. I'll just leave it at that. So I can take my team. I can have a team conversation with any real estate agent out there, big or small. The number 1 realtor in Washington State right now, Adam Cobb. I get introduced to him from a cold call, from a cold meeting. I did it on my own back in 2018. The dude was closing 50, 60. He was making almost $2 million a year. And I had to find a way to provide value to this guy. So I got to introduce to him, and I invited him to a suite at the Mariner game. And I said, let's just go hang out. And let's talk about life and business and all that stuff. And he agreed. We went to a Mariner game. Through that conversation at the Mariner game, I found out his pain point. The dude is a prospecting guru. The dude's already making $2 million a year, living in a $4 million house in Woodway, right? I had to find a pain point. You know what the pain point was? He had a team, and he was all over the place. His transaction coordinator / marketing girl / executive assistant, who I experienced because one of the ways that I got in with him is I hired him to find my wife and I a house. Okay. And I wanted him to see our process. I wanted to close a home loan with him. And I wanted him, and not to mention he got paid on the buy, but I wanted him to see how smooth. I wanted him to hear from my team. Okay. I got to meet Ashley, his assistant. I developed a relationship with her. You want to know what she told me? I work 60 hours plus a week for this guy, and he doesn't care. I do so much for that guy, and he just prints money, and I make 50 grand a year. I do everything for that guy. His agents call me, or his sellers call me, and I'm there for him. And probably about a year later, 6 months later, he tried hiring someone else to help because he was growing. Well, guess who quit? Ashley quit. And so I went to Adam and I said, hey, dude, you have a crazy, amazing business. I think I can help you. I'm in this company called the Core Training. It has helped me tremendously with my team. I want to take you down to a summit, and I want to introduce you to this coaching program because I think, number one, it can give you your family back. Number two, I think it will help your business. You guys, he's more than doubled his business. He's been in the Core for 4 years. Last year, he made $4.6 million. I've done his mortgages. I've never seen a real estate agent or client that's made as much money as Adam Cobb. Okay. He got his stuff together with his team, his file process, his flow. Now, I did a home buyer class with he and his buyer's agent last night in Edmonds. His team was there. His buyer's agents were there. His executive assistant was there. Smooth as silk. He's got his wife. He's got his marriage. He's got his business. It's all dialed in. Okay. Team. So number 4, agents want help with team function. I can tell you, working with real estate agents, their team is a revolving door. Hey, where'd your transaction coordinator go? Oh, she quit, or she went somewhere else. Where's your assistant? Oh, she's no longer with me. I've not seen one team in real estate that's dialed in the last 6 years that's been consistent like mine in mortgage. Okay. It's a lack of structure. Real estate agents are all over the place, you guys. They need help. I love the Core because the Core gives me structure. A lot of you guys will talk trash about the Core because you don't know. All the branch managers at New American Funding want to talk trash about the Core because you don't know. You don't know what I know. You haven't sat down with Rick Ruby at his house. I got to see the real Rick Ruby. He's a real awesome human being. Genuine, loving, caring. But guess what, you guys? When we lace him up and we go out on the field, he's a hell of a hard coach. And that's what I want. I want to coach. But the number one thing I've gotten from the Core, structure. Real estate agents want structure. They don't have it. They're not getting taught it, but they want it. So the 4th thing that real estate agents want is help with their team. Now, here's how you can help with a real estate agent's team if you can't help them grow their team. You can love on their team. I got one real big real estate agent account about 3 years ago. I knew the real estate agent was going out of town. He was going on a trip to Hawaii with his family. You know what I did when he was gone in Hawaii? I went in and bought his team lunch. Didn't even tell him. I talked to his assistant. I said, hey, I'm bringing in lunch for your entire team. What do you guys like to eat? They like pizza and salad. So I went in and got Cristiano's pizza, Cristiano's salad, and some goodies and some drinks. And I delivered pizza for, I think there was like 4 people on his team. Didn't even tell the agent. Just did it for the team. Okay, I've done that multiple times to other teams. That's one way that you can help with team function. Another thing that you can do to help with team function is a lot of real estate agents want to grow their team and they hire newbies. Teach a mortgage 101 class for real estate agents. What are the top 4 loan programs? What are the top 3 ways to structure PMI? What are the top 3 questions that you should ask every single home buyer before you refer them to a lender? Guys, these are ways to also encourage and increase just rapport and regular conversations. Okay, how to keep track of your leads. Guys, they don't teach this to real estate agents. You'd be shocked. We get it here at New American Funding. We get it in coaching and training in the mortgage industry. Okay. And even if they do teach it to real estate agents, most of them don't do it. And so if you did a mortgage 101 class for those team leaders or for those real estate agents, it'd be valuable, right? So help with team function. So let's review these 4. Number 1, real estate agents want a reciprocal relationship. Number 2, they want help with events, help, support, encouragement, sharing on social, boots on the ground at events. Number 3, they want introduced to big connections. These are business connections. They want introduced to business connections. And number 4, they want help with their team or help with growth. And if they don't have a team, guys, they want help with growth. Why do you think I do 2 lunch and learns a month? And I find things that real estate agents need to know. There's a new loan program I just got licensed or certified on. I took the training this week through the Washington State Housing Finance Commission, the Covenant program, for a few different ethnic groups. 0%, 20% down, 0% interest up to 150 grand, 100% AMI. We all should be getting certified in this program. If you haven't, go log on and get licensed. It's an incredible program. Now, will I ever do one of these mortgages? Maybe, maybe not. But do you think real estate agents would like to learn about this type of a program? 100%. The AMI, look up the AMI. In fact, I just put together a slide deck with Ashley yesterday. And I'm doing a webinar, a recorded webinar for real estate agents on Monday. I'll send it out to all of you guys. It's going to be about 10 or 15 minutes, and it's going to be on that program. I just want to get this information out to agents. And I think it's valuable. And guess what, you guys? It's new. Not a lot of lenders are talking about it, right? So we've got NAF cash. We've got bank statement loans. We've got the covenant program that I just talked about. There's multiple other loans. Take a success story from any of the loan officers here, or anything that you've done with VA, where you've helped a veteran. We have no loan limits on VA home loans, for example. Little things like that. We've got an exception on FHA loan. Get that information out to agents. They need to know that. They need to know that you're a resource. Okay. There's a couple questions in chat. Any of you guys have questions for me on Laura? This is my exact story as well, Dan. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely. Any questions, you guys? Just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask if you have it.
Dan, I have a question for you.
Yep.
So when you say develop a team in reference to structuring it with a real estate agent, are you talking about your team as in your own prospecting team, or are we helping them establish their team?
Yeah, they want help with their team. They want help with, introductions. For example, if they're looking for an executive assistant, if they're looking for a buyer's agent, if they're looking for a listing coordinator, a marketing coordinator. So they want assistance and help growing their team. Okay. And then part of growing your team is, like I said, some education for their team members. If you went in, I know Jeremy's done this. He's gone after a couple big producers down south. And I don't do this. I don't go after the big producers. I go to the big producers and say, hey, been in the mortgage industry 17 years. I'm an executive coach over at New American Funding as well. And in one of the top coaching programs in America, I've got access to some information that I know will help your agents sell more homes and sharpen their skills. So if I bought lunch, would you be opposed to me coming in and sharing for 30 minutes some things that your buyer's agents and your team need to know to help them sell more homes in today's market? Notice the verbiage that I use. Would you be opposed versus can I? Okay. So yeah, you're helping support their team growth. And you got to find, you don't know unless you have those conversations. Yeah, I'm looking for a marketing rep. Cool. What specifically are you looking for? Well, really trying to up my video game and marketing. Great. Okay. What's your salary expectations for a position like that? Well, I've got $3,000 budgeted for that. Okay. So you're looking for a part-time marketing rep. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see what I can do. And then go out and surf Craigslist. Surf the internet, throw it out on your social media. Hey, I have a great real estate agent team that I work with. They're looking for some marketing assistance. They're looking for a part-time, starting out part-time, but anyone that has a background in marketing or has maybe a kid that's getting out of college that wants an entry-level job in marketing, would you DM me? Love to make an intro. Just stuff like that, man. Does that help? Cool. All right. The last thing, you guys, we're going to close with this, the top 40 list. Okay. I've sent it to you all. You all have it. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It says my top 40 realtors. Here's your homework, because I had to do this. Okay. Here's our homework. Over the next week, I want you to take the list, the Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to send you guys. And I want you to, don't embellish it. Don't add to it. I just want you to use it. And I want you from A, you're getting deals from them. And A realtor is you're currently getting deals. B, you're in the process of getting deals. They haven't sent you a deal, but they've committed. C, you're chasing. Okay. So start with the agents that you're getting deals with first, the ones that you'll potentially get deals from, and then the ones that you're chasing. Okay. It doesn't, guys, listen, I need all your attention on this one. You don't have to have 40. You could have 4. I don't care. Start the list. Start the list. We're going to start working it, okay? My coach has drilled me on this over the last 2 months, and my list is getting dialed. It's not dialed in yet, but it's getting dialed, okay? It's getting more organized. So I want you in the next week, fill out the top 40 realtor list, add as many as you can to that. And then the next coaching call is how we're going to go chase them, how we're going to stay in touch with them, how we're going to host events for them, okay? How we're going to add value to them. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do it in my business next Friday, okay? I really feel, guys, I really feel the urgency around this. I feel like there's a lack of structure. My coach, over the last 2 weeks, actually it's been 2 coaching sessions over the last 4 weeks, has just drilled the team on that. And that's coming from the top from Rick Ruby. There's not enough organization around the real estate agents that we're working with, okay, or that we're chasing. And we got to be chasing. We got to be going after real estate agents. We got to be taking care of the ones that we have, okay? And it starts with a list. If you don't have a list, you don't have a business, okay? If you don't have a list of real estate agents, accounts that you're going after and that you're servicing, past clients that you've helped, you don't have a business. So we're going to work on those 2 lists for the next few weeks, and we're going to take really great care of those people, okay? Have an awesome Friday, you guys. If you need anything, let me know. I'll get this out today. I promise you guys I'll have this out most likely by 3 o'clock today. The recording to market shares, and then the top 40 realtor list. And I want you to email me if you guys have questions. All right.
Cool.
See you later, you guys.